No sword in my hands, just a will that won't break. I've seen modest terror tremble, felt every quake. Sam carried Frodo when he couldn't go on. Now I carry that heart even when hope is gone. Then came Gandalf's staff, lit the sky. Even the darkest times still let light fly. From Isengard fall to Helm's Deep's last stand. I rise with the brave, not just sword in hand. Don't fight for crowns, I don't kneel to fate. I stand like Eo and I won't hesitate. Aragorn's cry, Theoden's charge in the fray. I'm the flame in the dusk of the break of day. I don't fight for crowns, I don't kneel to fate. I stand like Eo and I won't hesitate. Aragorn's cry, Theoden's charge in the fray. I'm the flame in the dusk, the break of day. Fellow of the rings, I give it all. From Moria's dark to Mount Doomfall. Fellow, beyond the pain, we fight till it's over, we rise again. From ashes we rise, we answer the call. We stand for the light, we are one for all. Born with the fire like smog in the air, but I learned from Boromir, beware despair. Power corrupts, the ring's heavy price. Gollum fell chasing it twice. I saw Denethor fall, blinded by fear, while Faramir stood, silent but clear. Galadriel's grace, but a fire inside. She passed on the test, while others just lied. I'm not just a fighter, I'm light through the shade. Like Legolas swift, and Gimli unafraid. From Rivendell's peace to the Black Gate's cry, I rise like the eagles, I will not die. Hello, we give it all. From the Shire to Shadow, we heed the call. Hello, beyond the flame, with hearts unbroken, we rise again. Through trolls and breaks, we rise through the fall. We stand for the weak, we are one for all. Hello, through fire and stone, from ends that march to thrones overthrown. Hello, no fear remains, even Sauron's shadow breaks at our name. We carry the ring, we answer the call. We stand as the light, we are one for all. I am here with the fellow of the rings.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our fresh stream in the mega server. What's going on? We got Eduardo in the chat. What's up, Logic? We got Warpath. We got Firefly. How you guys doing today? Beautiful, beautiful Monday. By the way, guys, really quick, if you guys haven't yet, shout out to King Under the Mountain. If you haven't yet checked out his video, he just posted a video a couple hours ago. I was actually watching this right before coming live about the server. There's a couple more YouTubers or content creators doing covering the server. So you got me, King Under the Mountain, and also Big Al. So don't forget to check out their channels. What's up, League? What's up, Noah B? Jaspers. Oh yeah, let's let the beautiful world chat know that we are live. Forgot about that. We are live, y'all. What's up, Turgon? My boy Turgon in the house. Look at that. Nice, Logic. Shout out to my boy Logic. Let me check something really quick. 4, 13, 7. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. What's up, Evolution? What's up, Julian? Or Julian? So let's see, couple of things. Now you guys don't see me looking out of the screen because I finally had a bit of shame in my face. That's what we say in Portuguese. And I moved my monitor from this side to this side. So now it looks like I'm looking into the game where I'm actually just reading your guys' comments. That's how beautiful that is. Oh, it's rough. Life is so busy. It ain't the easiest. But this server has been. É isso aí, Eduardo. Ganhei vergonha na cara. Ganhei, criei, alguma coisa assim. Warpath, by the way, maybe the highest bidder. What do you guys think? The highest bidder wins? It's ¿Quién es este barbudo y dónde está el lampiño? Hace unos días. Exactly. I told you guys that beard would come back very fast. So I realized Shaman King is Brazilian, same as fellow. Yeah, boy. I have a penny. Yeah. All right. There you go. Firefly is the winner. He's the only one that bid, anyways. I don't know, man. Terragon, that's a good question. You guys stay here for 2 hours during the streams, and for some reason, I have to yet win your guys' favor to get a like while you guys are watching. Looking at my screen is like, you can hit the little thing that does this. All right, Terragon, have a great dinner. I actually need to make me something. Oh, right after too. The suits. We are farming like madmen over here. It's crazy. Let me check something. Do we need? I just learned this cool trick that I can just do this and go around. Ooh, baby. What the heck? What am I forwarding for, man? I can just do this. What the heck am I doing? Why am I forwarding when I can just do this? Yeah, let's just do this. There we go. That's all I need to do. I don't need to fort. Now, where's my siege? All the way back here, huh? All the way back here. Ooh, only 20. What's up, Necromancer? 40 up in Andrast. How you guys have tile limit for more farms? Yerte, it's been a grind. Well, you don't need to fort, Logic. You can take a ruin if you want. You can either fort or take a ruin. That's a choice you gotta make, man. Look at that. That's what I'm doing. I tried to take a tile, but I accidentally sent a flyer with one unit to hit a level 3, a 3 tile, which you know what's gonna happen here. Of course, it does count as tile, but I don't have. What I mean is that I was gonna fort and spend 3 APs, by just taking back just a few. Instead of, I was gonna fort up over here, right here. I don't have to do that and wait 2.5 hours. I can just take this baby now, and I can take some more tiles. See, I can take this one over here, right? I can take whatever else is down here. I don't know. Gotta see where I pinned. Sup, Dalbo? Where is Moscow? Guys, I know I said I was going to be in daily, but there's a reason for this. And I put the comment in my Discord, which was I have a very peculiar way of farming, and I wanted to keep that, a bit of my own thing. So yeah, I needed to focus, get ready for the PvP. So because of that, I was not able to stream. But we're here. We're here now. Let's see. How's the season going so far? Fellow been too busy with work. Well, look, let me show you guys a few things. By the way, like I said, go watch King of the Mountains update. I was watching it just a bit ago. And he has a pretty good summary of some of the things on his side. Of course, he's playing in Angmar. So is Big Al. We don't have anybody in Lame or Order or Merc. Oh, I think we do have somebody in Steppe. Yeah, but sorry, no. Steppe is Step is also Angmar. So yeah, it ain't gonna help the other sides. All right, cool. No worries. All right, we got Bear at the very top over here. Okay. We got Panda in second place. Whoop, whoop. Yes, secrets. Yes. I tried to look for his life, but I didn't see him. Maybe I'm looking at signals. Gotta look somewhere else. Got Layman third, Toby in fourth, Order fifth, Merc sixth, God seventh, and Step in eighth. Now, we're all getting very close. We're 2.6 each at the top, and then Step, who is in eighth out of the eight big teams that are playing, they're in last place. But you also have Linden. Linden might actually become a bit of a problem. They're not huge, but they got some players there. I bet Panda will tell Lame Order to attack Angmar if they want to keep their cap. Yeah, look, the cool thing about being able to cover this server without any issues is I'm not part of leadership, so I can just see as things are and say what I think, and so I have no inside information. All right, so that's what we got in terms of affluence. Man, we've been battling to get up here. We got some really hungry people. At the Beast in first, Kitten, Raven, CV, Duck. This guy in order that I can't pronounce his name. Got Sea Bear in sixth. This guy also that I can't pronounce. And Lame, my Duckson, and me. Look at that. I was able to climb to the top 10. Beautiful. Top 10 place. Excited. We've been farming like mad, like nonstop. So yeah, I've been working really hard, guys, to keep the resources so we can fight. There we go. We took that. Now we can merrily come over here and take these tiles. Yeah, boy. All right, so I got one more over here. What else we got? I can undo this one. Oh, let me put up the music from the game. I love listening to the music. Where is it? You guys too. All right, let's see. And merit-wise, there's only 4 teams that actually have started fighting, and that is Toby, Step, Gods, and Merc. That's why you will see the pins only placed on the northwest of the map so far. In terms of land captures, you see Angmar all the way over here coming south into Cardolan. We got one pin over here, Gods at the top, 9.3 mil with Step and Weak underneath. Then you have Toby at the top here fighting Merc. In Durinsveo, the crossing of Durinsveo. And in Irigian, you have Toby and Merc as well. So 2 fronts over here, a front over there. So Step is mostly focused here, I believe, where Toby's mostly focused over here. Yep. And nothing on these sides. As you can see, Lothlorien took a keep over here, then lost their capital. Layman Order they're setting themselves up for the center because they're already taking all these lands. Let's see if they're 40 up here already. Nope, not yet, but they definitely have tiles. Yeah, they have tiles over here, just not. I'll show you guys some reports too. I got some reports. I created a channel in the server so people can share the reports. Runa's also taking a keep over here the last couple of days. Gondor took this one today, also took this capital over here, and that's where you see us on the map. As for Linda, they're taking a few keeps here and there. It'll be interesting to see how they play because they can definitely be a problem for both of these teams. They're behind the pass so far. No fortress going up on this pass. I'm assuming no fortress up on this one either. Nope, pretty empty. Be interesting to see what they do. I know they're just gonna do their own thing here. They're gonna choose one of the sides to go after. Okay, so Linden is over here. There's a fort over here. But no fortress. Let's see on this side. Yeah, there's nothing over here on this side. Linden has the crossing. Let's just check this one at the top here. This is the last one. for us to see. Yeah, pass-wise, there's nothing here. But what about the capital? What happens over here? Yeah, nothing. Remember in 1.0, you could attack from this side. Unless I'm going crazy and you can never do that, but I think you could. Ooh, look at that. Golo has did a hit. There you go. I'll have a look in a second. Some of the chat here with you guys. In terms of the ranking for PvP so far, you got Raven at the top with Bone Crusher in second, Scald in third, Liverboo, that's funny, Captain Senko, Gigi, the Bone Crusher. There's two accounts called the Bone Crusher. Interesting. Velmar, Arthas, Ricky Spanish. This guy is a pretty new player. And pretty impressive. I played against him, I think, in his season 4 or 5, I think. He was in a small team that we're fighting against. I'm surprised how well he's doing. Okay. Besides that, there's not really much of anyone else besides these guys. Yeah, Merc Toby step. There you go. Cornessi's here. Ooh, I know Cornessi. Cool. All right, guys, is that good for the rankings and stuff? You guys happy with that? Was it like having resources? A long grind. It's been a huge grind getting resources. All right, so we have 8 still. Gonna have to do. Let's drop these 2 first. Yes, like the stream, y'all. Like the stream. We got 60 people watching this darn stream. How many likes we got now? Let's see. What's up? Hello from Cuba. See, I remember you. Fellowship of the Ring. I remember you. We got 20 likes, guys. 21. I'm gonna like my own live. Just seems like nobody wants to. All right, so we took that one. What else? To that, we're so close. We're so close to the keep here. Can I take another? Oh man. Can I take another crossing? Nope. This case, or not crossing, ruin. This case, I'm gonna have to ford up here in order to get this done. But see, that's not a bad thing. We can just then. Do I need to do that? Yeah, let's do this one. I don't want a full. Well, whatever. That's all I need. So we can get over here. Now we're gonna get a few tiles. Geez, a lot of comments, huh? Give me some time, guys. Give me some time. Look, I'm new to Panda. It's my first season playing with them. I know of them. I've known Vena for quite a few seasons. I know a lot of their players for a long time. But I'm kind of surprised at comments I get from World Chat and other places in regards to Panda. So I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, that's all I know. I really don't know anything. So when you guys make comments about Panda and stuff, I have no idea what you guys are trying to say. Does Lame Order report to Lazy Bears? I don't think so. From what I understand, nobody reports to nobody here. I don't know. The idea of this mega server. Idea of the mega server is for people, for everyone to face each other. So I'm not sure what's the, what the idea of these comments are. Haven't played against any of you guys in a while. taking everyone. Make Gaia great again. I thought Gaia was always great, man. What do you guys? What are you trying to say? Are you saying that Gaia has dropped from its quality? Ask her. What do you say, man? What are you saying? The game has music. Yes. I know. Usually we turn it down so we can play. We can play in places that we know we probably shouldn't be, right? So yes, but it does have music. So let's hit it right on the nail in the middle right here, and let's yes, that's exactly what we wanted. I don't think it will matter that much. Yeah, it gets covered anyways. All right, cool. Where is the limit? That's the limit right here. Occupy. Ooh, ooh. Did we drop the tile yet? I believe we should have. 8 minutes out. No worries. It's gonna land. It's gonna drop. No worry about that. Whew. Yeah, it's been a crazy few days too. Let's go, baby. There is one downside to the way I decided to farm is that I don't have any 11, 12s or 13s level tiles. All of this is from 11s and below, which is great. Don't get me wrong. Merry reset day I dropped. I haven't had any PvP, so look at you. What's up, Helm? How you doing? What's up, Porky? Porky, good to see you. Freya, I'm gonna be posting that video, Freya. Maybe tonight or tomorrow. It's been too busy. What's up, Aragorn24? It's been a while since I've seen you around. What's up, Seabass? What's up, Livian? It's good to see everybody on. Former Royal member in the chat. Subs peeps. Long time since I've seen this game. It's revamped. Look, is RP still a thing? Yeah, RP still a thing. Although from the mega server in RP, I've heard they're struggling. I need to catch up with them to give you more details, but that's what I've heard. People just love to moan about everything. Ari, I appreciate that comment because I know what it is about. Zenith Gimli. Yes, there's quite a few of those running around. Lame order for the win. I hope everybody plays to win, and I hope there's going to be PvP. I hope we're going to break the record for pin, which was still from, I thought the one from Toby, Order, Honk, Bear, and Gods was gonna be the highest. That was 99,000, 88 million. Sorry, 88 million, 99 million. Can't remember exactly. But last season they were able to break it again at 102 million. Jeez, Steven, I'll show you my formations in just a bit. But yes, the green looks bad. What green? Oh, Zenith Gimli on the clothing, you mean? Hey, man. I've been putting in the hours. Crazy. Okay, so 2 tiles dropped. Let's see what we can find here for Sauron to take. I can take this one, but I can't because I'm blocked. So I'll leave that one for now until I have flyers again. Don't need that one currently. Let's see what else we can find in my region of limit. So nothing here. Let's see, yeah, because I'm going over here. So if I try to come over here with freaking Sauron, that's not gonna work. Now, I don't know if everybody knew this, but it took me, I think after the update came, it took me a season or 2 to actually learn this. You know, before the update, every time you built a fort or had a ruin, you had circles overlapping each other. You guys remember that? And when the update came out, I was like, oh, cool. Now at least everything is in one place. Like, you know, the lines don't overlap. And I thought that that's all it was. Actually, it's not. I can have somebody, for example, from all the way from my base over here. Okay. I can send somebody over here without having to first go to the ruin. Of course, if I need to reinforce, it becomes a problem. Or if I need to recall, it becomes a problem. Not reinforce, but recall. So if I send a flyer all the way from my base over here, I can land here quickly. But if I recall, I then recall all the way back home again from my starting point. Of course, you can send it, right, land here, and then move here. Do either or. But it's just cool that you don't have, let's see if I have somebody over here. Let's see if I have anybody here. Okay, see, I have Galadriel over here. Two forts, one fort away from this one. Instead of having to first send her over here, I can send her directly to that point right there. So everything inside this, everything inside any of these become within my reach, which is really cool. 105, there you go. 105. What's up, Ray Hog? How you doing? It's been a while. Good to catch you. 105. I mean, I do need to see a screenshot of that, Steven. I mean, I'm glad that it is 105, but you gotta send me a screenshot so we can, nothing much, Ben. Welcome to the stream. Is showing the the leaderboards, the pins, and kind of giving some tips if people don't know about them. Maybe somebody's new is like, oh crap, I gotta go from fort to fort. No, as soon as you can move anywhere in these places here without having to go to the fort first, anywhere. Let me check something here. Give me a second. Yep. So if I do this. What's up, Rayhawk? Yo, welcome, Rayhawk, to the Meyer supporter, man. No idea, but you're welcome back. I appreciate the support anyways. Look, just to give you guys an idea, my Gothmog is all the way back in my base, okay, right here. And if I click, I see how he can come all the way to the end here without first having to go to, to my fort. And if you look down here, it only takes 20 stamina. All right. Flyer is different. Flyers cannot move outside of the region. They have to be inside of the fort range. The season is going good. I mean, a lot of farming on my end. I'll talk a little bit more in a little bit again. Okay, so let me just find something for me to take before this. Okay, we can take this one, I guess. That works. I do need some more. I do need some more wood still. Yeah. Okay. I put it in your Discord. Where's my Discord? No, you did it, man. All right. I'll check in a little bit, Steven. What's up, Quaco? So cool seeing everybody here. Too many. The cool thing about that is there's a lot of people. The hard thing about it is streaming and keeping up with chat at the same time. So you're taking runes without range. No, I'm taking runes with range. Get a clue. Yes, I'm taking it with range. What I mean is, before, if I'm not wrong, in order to move within this region, you first had to be inside one of these forts. Now, as I can send, as long as I have the fort or whatever building ruin, or I can send somebody from anywhere into the area that I need to. This creates a range not just for whoever is in here, anyone wanting to move within this range. Okay, so we got that. We got to build this one before it's too late. There we go. Let's build this baby. Oh, another cool thing. Did you guys remember? Who remembers here if by accident you build a fort but you didn't actually want it? You're like, oh man, crap, I pressed the button by accident. If I'm not mistaken, there was nothing you could do. I don't know if you guys know this. I accidentally built the fort next to the other, and I was like, no, I really need those points. And by some luck, I clicked on it, and there was the X button. Did you guys know this? Did you guys know you could cancel a fort and you get your you get 2 ring abilities back? In this case, it takes 3, so you get 2 of them back. I have no idea, Steven, because these are the things that, usually it goes a little bit unnoticed, At least it did for me. So I can either abandon and I drop the tile, or I can just cancel the construction and then gives me the 2 points back. So this is really cool. I mean, it wasn't 3 that I needed, but at least it's not 3 hours that I had to wait. It's just an hour extra. Huge update. Like, little things like this have really made the game. They slowed down everything. Funny enough, we're commenting this in our group chat yesterday or today about how your tile capped at 126 until tomorrow. Now every tile we get more addition is just based on season progress, right? And at first you're like, oh man, this sucks. This is horrible. You can't really farm. Yes, that is great. They found a way. Is it the best way? Maybe yeah, maybe not. But they found a way where you're not gonna farm until you have 200 tiles of farm. Basically, when pass is open in day 4, chapter 4 is completed. If you have people to fight, in our case, Rohan and both Mordor are kind of empty. So we didn't have anybody to fight, whereas, Angmar and Arnor kind of did. To expand, they either have to go down here with flyers, or they have to move this way, correct? And so because of that, for us, we haven't had PvP yet. But it forces anybody that wants to do anything to wait those 2 now. Chapter 5 finishes tomorrow, and only when this one finishes, the other passes. So unless we actually move places to fight, we're going to be sitting here with max tiles. There's nothing to do. It's not like we can farm more. There's nothing to farm at this point. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. It does make it so you have to do these things. Yeah, that's true, Steven. For people that have teams D and E and F, they can level those. That is actually a good point. But then for anybody that's fighting right now, you basically got nothing to do. Let me actually share here. I forgot to share this again. Wants to share reports for the lives. There you go. Coolio. All right, let's see what Steven said to show you guys my teams. These are not the final formations, but these are what we're running currently. We got, here we go. Let's go over this way. It'll be easier to show what I currently am running. Galadriel. Yes, there's a lot of them that I can show. I told people that, these reports from here are for the live stream. So, people seem to be pretty cool with sharing, so that's what it is. Some people are like, "Yo, this is for you to to study our builds." Like, really? You guys, I want to win. Don't get me wrong. I want to win this. I would never want to win by cheating or doing something dirty. But reports make the season cool. People want to see what people are running and maybe talk about why this worked and why that worked, whatever, So this is formation 1 for now. We got Galadriel, Saruman almost as Z11, so close. Bjorn and Gandalf the White. That is team 1 for now. Yeah, though I don't always get to read updates because I kind of sometimes you get a really good one, sometimes you don't. So. All right, you guys got that? That's team 1. Okie dokie. There's a lot of things to go into later about troops to run and what I'm going to do. I'm not going to share any of that yet because you guys might not come back. So you're going to have to come back to see what I'm talking about. But as you can see, I've been farming up until today. up until today with T1 troops. I hope this is something you guys will catch on. You can farm level 10s, 11s with T1s if if you're not as big, your account is not as big, then you do T2s. You don't need to do tier 3s to farm. It is, in my opinion, a big waste of your resources when you do this. Of course, this is not the best team. I don't have the right troops. This is a troop damage. So T1s are not gonna do a whole lot of damage, which in this formation they suffer. But as I was farming, my two main farming teams was Galadriel and then Undying with these guys. Okay, so these guys are doing incredibly well. Okay, I don't need no issues here. I can run, and in this case, I'm forcing the tank, right? I'm forcing the tank with Undying, and then getting my two damage dealers to have a lot of have the protection from the melee units. Okay, same thing here. I don't know if I changed here. Yeah, the same process here. My two damage dealers getting protected because they're ranged, so the melees get hit first. Right, that's team 2, Undying. Team 3 for PvE has been these guys. I need to level them up. It's going to be a lot of testing these guys this season. I have a crazy build, an awesome build. I'm not able to fully do it yet because it's going to rely on having more refines on certain commanders' relics, which I don't yet. Okay, we're going to get there eventually, but we don't currently have it, so it still works, just not to the full extent of the capabilities. That's team 2. Team 3 that we're bringing up is, like I said, because this is PvE, we're going with King of Man, Isildur, Helm, and Radagast. Radagast because I don't have White Council, so damage or defense increase and healing helps mitigate a little bit of that damage. And then there's no team 5. This is team 4 just for PvE. But I gotta bring these two guys up later along with this guy over here and Black Serpent as well. Most likely those guys will be the team for this season. Of course, I won't be able to run all of them in PvP, depending how extremely active and hard the season becomes, which I'm hoping is going to be extremely hard. But at least we're going to be bringing these guys up. Gil will be likely to be the 5th. I have a place for him in my teams, not necessarily straight on head on for PvP, but he has a place. And I just need to find out where I'm going to use him, potentially with Thranduil, maybe Círdan and somebody else. You guys will understand later why I'm doing this. Maybe some of you guys already know. Maybe some of you guys don't. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, that's essentially it. No reason to bring any of the other guys up. I wish this guy had more of a use, but nope. I need to ascend Lurtz at some point. I love Gimli, but I just think Lurtz is such an iconic 1.0 character that he needs some love. All right. Okay, so we maxed out again. Let's see what we can drop now. Any ruins to drop? Any forts to drop? Maybe this. That's a fort. I need me some flyers. Maybe Galadriel go back and... I'm a bit hesitant though. Holy comments. Yeah, you can go without having moved into the fort, but it's much slower. If you march the fort, you have the speed boost. True. Let's see where we are. So, oh man, we moved down again. Oh, we're tied with Duxon. We would need to be at 40 to be a 5th. I mean, like at this point, I'm not trying to get to number 1. I gotta leave some stuff. So what I'm trying to do is just max out my tiles at at least level 10. So I got my... So the only thing to drop now is my workshops. It's the tiles and then the actual workshops, which opens up a lot more tiles again. Jeez Louise. Okay, so let's look for a couple more. Anything else that we can take within the range? Yep, another one here. This is... I might actually lose this one. I could first reinforce. How far am I? I'm not reinforcing from that. That's not a lot, but that gives me a better chance at least. But I can also just send Galadriel to take this one. She's 46 minutes away. Where is she at? Do I have flyers laying around? If I had just a few, I would send, but I don't think 14 is not enough. Okay. Guys, give me just a second. What's up, Moscow? So Panda with a border nap already. Why was that? Why would there be a border nap when nobody can take the pass? The passes are all closed, so explain to me how that's a nap. Evo, I'm hopeful that it's helping you. By the way, I'm working on a pretty, I mean, in my opinion, a really look Logic is traveling. Look at that. Working on a pretty cool tank unit tier list. Very, very thorough. It's gonna have different categories, and it should help you guys a lot. Range for flyers. EPN, come on, Eduardo, come on, man. Don't give my secrets out, bro. What are you doing? Okay, so let's do this. Let's bring Galad. How quick can she get over here? 29 minutes. All right, let's bring her over here. She needs to be ready to take. She needs to be close to take these last ones. And then we're gonna take where is do we pin it? There's like one like at the very end right here. We should have range for this one. Okay, so that's 5. I probably won't take this one. Maybe if I have flyers. I don't want to be, I don't want to have to. I'm not gonna take one of his tiles just to get to that. If I can get it with a flyer, then cool. I'll train some flyers for it. Let's get some flyers cooking. Yeah, it's a level 10, so I can probably do with just a few flyers. I'm not gonna go crazy on this. There you go. Hope you enjoyed the season. Phil, also give me farm. Thanks. What's up, Charlie? Look, I hope we're gonna have a fun time. Honestly. Shout out to C Dave 2006 and Gil Van Huli. Sorry guys, for subscribing to the channel. Look, I hope the idea for this mega server is to see if we can, have a lot of teams together and have a very, very packed, full of action, full of PvP. Hopefully we get it there, and if at the end of the server it doesn't work out, we can all go back to our in a good amount, for a few of us, some pretty crappy servers because a lot of times they're quite empty. But to each their own. I hope people enjoy. I hope people find some enjoyment in playing in this type of server, and we can. It might not be the server to do every single season because I can see how easily it can drain people. But maybe every other season. Maybe if we have more teams, we can do. We can do rotations, and hopefully that works out. Let's see. I think some more people want to join. Let's see. Yeah, boy. Sure Khan is here. What the heck? I played against him before. Gio. Let's go, guys. Saporki in the house. What's up, Jesus? Let's see. Guys, we got 70 people watching this live. Can y'all do me a favor? Hit that likes. Hit that like. I know for sure we don't have 70 people that all subscribe to the channel too. So subscribe. It helps, helps. Look, it doesn't just help me. Of course, it helps me. But the more people that are subscribed, the more people that like, it gets more people. YouTube puts it out more. Might grab more new players to watch, to enjoy, to play, and there's more stuff for us to do. Let's have a look. People are fighting this early low on troops though, whereas you can stockpile and make a better push later. That's true. And I somebody said earlier, I saw a comment somewhere in the game saying there's people fighting, doing PvP below level 40. Yes, some of these guys don't have the luxury, and I understand. Look, I'm not here to bash on anybody. That's not my thing. Give me a second. I gotta text somebody. Okay, can you guys give me just a minute? I'll be right back. I gotta get something at the door. Give me just 1 second. All right, we're back. Where's my camera? Here we go. So let me check the... Yeah, so look. It's not my thing. Bashing on people is not my thing. So I understand that some people are going to struggle in the beginning because they had to PvP very early on. So we'll see how that plays out, Yeah, Azog. We're pushing Azog. We're really close to... Oh, we got him to Z5 just now. And then Helm is also very close to being... By 60, he's not Z2. Jeez. Guajir is getting closer and closer to R13 as well. There we go. I don't know if I asked before, but do you peeps here prefer the signet or the fine smoking pipe on Saruman? I kind of prefer the pipe. I might have the signet on, not have the pipe. It's just more consistent damage where the signet is, 6 out of 10. It does have the initiative, but I prefer just getting a full set of agility to do that. Or like a lot of people are doing, just using wusses. Because I don't know if you guys know this, I'm gonna have to do a compile of all the tips for you guys to watch out for. If you're playing in a server, I gotta make this fit. I don't think this is fitting the screen right now. Make this fit the screen. There we go. I don't know if you guys know this, but wusses, the initiative that they give is both the commander and the unit. So you don't need, for the first 4 rounds. You don't need to use speed gear unless you're fighting somebody with wusses as well. So then whoever has the fastest commander then goes. But if you're not, you don't need to use any speed gear. Like the agility said nothing, just these guys. And that gives you initiative. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, Eduardo, T2 are fine for most people. Step, stop farming my tiles. Yeah, Step is pushing quite well at the top here. Where is it? Right here? I can't even see the reports. Actually, I can. Let's go to the reports really quick. Let me read some more comments really quick here because you guys have a few. Any chance of seeing that Thorn Azar combo this season? Charlie, for sure. Yes, that's why I'm leveling them up. Ted, the retired pirate speaking. Glad to see my team being number 2. Go Panda, having retired from this game last season. I'll keep checking how the team is going. The bear among the pandas will always have the eyes of Sauron watching Panda from afar. Sweet Jorge. Yeah, keep watch. He's going to be a good server to keep your eyes on. All right, let's go over here really quick. Let's check some reports. All right. Ooh, all right, cool. So, Step and Gods. You got Javi DMC versus Coronel Nemo. I know Nemo. This is one thing that kind of hurts, is a lot of times we will see basically the same metas going around because they're not very, the meta start extremely stale. It's expanding now, but then for the OG players who transition from 1.0 to 2.0, who then invested into those few metas, Bjorn, Dane, Gandalf, now you're seeing some other things where it really helps evil players because now the evil meta is actually really strong, even in RP. Or even in NRP. I love seeing some Lurds here. Look at that Lurds doing some damage. Not a whole lot of damage from Bjorn considering he's running Crushers. R15. I'm loving seeing Kiruns around though. Did you guys check out the report that I shared a couple days ago, a week ago maybe, on my server, on my Discord? 32 anomalies, a combination of Sauron and Kirun. 32 anomalies, guys. You turn 10 years ago without that beard. Oh, I know. I mean, I like the beard, but definitely makes me look a lot older. And I mean, I'm not young by any means, but it does make me look older. We got Javi again. Our Javi hitting a stack of people over here. Let's check where. Oh, he took out a freaking fort. That's just mean. Javi without the reports, man. Coronel. Let's see, Shady. Shady, please something. PLS 936. Z4 Dane. Z1 Gandalf. R14 Bjorn. And a Z1 Sauron. Surzog of the North. That's not really shady. That's fake. That's fake shady. Jesus, thank you for subscribing, man. Do you really want to talk about that fellow age? I have to, Eduardo. I mean, you don't look at all how old you told me you are. So yes, I gotta talk about. I have to talk about that actually. Wow, that's here comes a brave one using Undyne as a damage dealer. That is extremely brave. Haven't seen that in a very long time. Everybody switched to tank Undyne. The guy's running some expensive builds though. R13 Gil. Oh, is this Porky? Is this Porky? Selenith, super hard to fight as well. And you got Porky with the Z stuff, huh? Cool. What else we got? I mean, let me just check on. I think Sauron's ready for another tire, guys. Oh, not that. Whoa. Oh, I was like, oh, that's really, it's like, it's in my range. No, it is, but it isn't. It is, but it isn't. Who's over here? Oh, okay, he's on this side. Yeah, we already took this stuff, man. You guys can just come here later. Oof. Oh. I was like, what? So we already took this one. Let's take it. Oh, no, I don't have. I gotta drop something first. I mean, I'm not that excited to drop my own workshops. My workshops are actually giving me a lot of resources. Might start dropping some ruins. Yeah, might as well drop some ruins over here. I'm trying to think defensively. Oh, that's Yerte. Porky installed the game. I didn't know that. Let me check your report here really quick. Whew. That's nasty, Ghost. But then again, you're abusing somebody here. Not in the wrong way, please. And don't take that the wrong way, please. All right, let me just join here. Jax is gonna join us for a little bit. Jax, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, man. It's been a while.
Yeah. Been away.
Where you at?
Well, I'm home now, but I was away.
Cool. Traveling a bit?
I wouldn't call it traveling. It's kind of like it was the opposite of that shit. Yeah, I was in jail.
What?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, yeah, hold on one second. I got a text.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, what'd you say?
No, I asked what happened. Somebody messed with the wrong dude.
Homegirl of mine, she had a boyfriend, and boyfriend was kind of like a bully, and I don't know, just a stupid motherfucker, right? And she broke up with him because he's an idiot, and he started stalking her and chasing her and showing up at her house all hours of the day and night. And then he started, escalating from there to coming in the house and acting a fool and talking shit and saying, "You're not going to break up with me." And fucking, yeah, I'll kill you and all this, whatever bullshit. Putting her in fear of her life, right? And just being a piece of shit in general. And, I told her, I says, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to have happen here? And she said, well, probably the same thing you're thinking. He need an ass whooping. So I said, okay, well, is that what you want to have happen? And she said, I said, think about it, because, there's going to be ramifications for this for all parties involved, right? So she thought about it a minute, and she said, all right, well, let's hold off, and this, that, and the other, and hopefully he'll calm down and stop doing this bullshit and just get over it, right? Mm-hmm. So a week passed, nothing happened. This is like, I don't know, a couple months ago. Excuse me. Another week passed, and then he showed up like Saturday night, like 2:00 in the morning, busted up in the house and started, acting a fool, and grabbed her and, kind of like assaulted her or whatever. Nothing crazy, threw some shit at her and said a bunch of bullshit and broke in through the window and shit and broke some stuff in the house and, all this kind of crap, blah, 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 blah. Called the cops on him. He ran, took off. They couldn't find him. So he out there running amok, and she in fear, and he called me up or whatever. Well, we hang out, once or twice a week or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Caught up with her and told me, and I was like, all right, what do you want to do? And she said, all right, well, it's probably time now. So had to find him, go look for him and find him. And I found him and had to stomp him out or whatever. So I stomped him out and just sat down on the curb waiting for the cops. They came, directly, helicopters and all, and took me to jail. Yeah. And I was there for the last week.
Jeez, no wonder why we haven't heard from you. Whew.
Yeah. Jeez. I always say, it ain't the first time, but I hope it's the last.
All right, man. I hope so too.
So I'll probably get I don't know. We'll see, but I got some stuff on my record, so we'll see. They'll probably give me 3 months, 6 months, something like that.
Give him or you?
Me.
Oh, yeah. No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Maybe a year, but if I get a year, I'm gonna do 6 months. But I'm thinking 3 to 6 months.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. When is that gonna be done? Judged?
Well, I got to go to court and blah 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 blah, and there's a process to it. It takes a couple weeks to a month or something, maybe 2 months. We'll find out what happens.
All right, man. Wish you luck.
Yeah, me too, but I don't think it really matters. So you got the mega server up and going, huh?
Yeah, we're going. A couple days now. What started on Tuesday? Already some PvP between some guys over here. So
yeah.
For us down south is a lot of farming for now.
Yeah, what's it looking like?
Everybody's in terms of resources. It's pretty well divided. Although you got gods and you got merc, gods, and steppe a little bit below the other ones. Mostly are between 2.6 mil and 2.4.
How many are all the go through each one of these and let me see it. Let me see how many people are in each one.
So every team here has probably 100. So we got bears has Somebody's missing from the Bears. It's 99 out of 100. They're 2.6 mil affluence. They're number one. Panda has 100 out of 100.
Oh, you guys are the strongest, huh?
Lame has 100 as well. And they're
when we gonna have when we gonna have Lucifer on the show? We're supposed to have him on the show.
I mean, you just gotta set it up. He's already aware that we're gonna have him, so just gotta do that episode, really.
Yeah. Lame and
so right, yeah. So then you got Toby. So Lame has 100. Yeah, Lame has 100.
How many people Merc have?
Merc has 100. Merc
so
also.
You guys are strong.
Yeah, everybody has 100. Maddox is in Maddox. Okay, so and then you got Gods at 100 with Seafreen, and Steps has 100 as well. So everybody has 100.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're farming crazy down south.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Seafreen, yeah, he's still around. It looks like you guys are the strongest, huh? So far, yes. I wouldn't say, and we're the biggest farmers so far. We have a lot of buffer between us. So if you go back on the map, you got Toby and Step northwest, but they already have two teams really close to them. You got Arnor, which is Merc, and Gods. They're already clashing over here, and you got Linden with one team that's I think 100 players full, and they're like. All these lands here that could easily have come through to them and farmed, but I don't know if they're trying to not, and both teams are trying to not get on Linden's bad side because these guys can definitely do some damage to their back end. Yeah.
So
who's in Linden?
Linden is a team called Iron with a guy named Icegrim. Is it Grim? Icegrim? That's his name.
The old Iron?
No, not the old Iron. It's this guy here. He's also big. This guy's pretty decked out. His formations like Icegrim.
It's not the old Iron.
No, it's not for sure. So yeah, I think people are trying to avoid attacking them because of that to cause issues. That would be.
Who's the top production and you probably don't have much merit, but
yeah. So the beast is production is the beast. I believe it's Maddox too.
Yeah, G Unit. Yeah. Well, the order guys change their name every.
Exactly, they're all playing different. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then the thing is, you got Law is in Angmar. Law is let's see what position he is in now. Law has dropped a little bit in position. He is. Where did Law go? Jeez. No way Law is this low.
Got some comments. Jack's a pimp. What life is this? No, I'm not a pimp. Although I was a pimp way back when in my late 20s for a time for like a year. That was fun. What else? For beating someone up, how does that make sense? Well, if you're just a regular guy, Livian, and you don't have no record, and you go get in a fight, and depending on how the fight goes, or let's say you win, and
here we go,
how bad you boobop the guy, how bad you stomp him out or whatever, you'll probably get, depending, again, it's situational. If it's just a regular fight, it may only be like a week in jail, or depending on what the charges are, because there's different type of charges. So it starts off at battery, which is a misdemeanor. And I'm talking state of California. I don't know what your state's like, but battery is a misdemeanor. Well, there's a lot of things that constitute battery. You can spit on someone, and that's actually a battery in my state. And then it gets up to assault, and there's different levels of assault. Then they combine the two, assault and battery, and then they combine assault with what you're hitting the person with. So if it's your fist, it's a pipe, it's a gun, then those are extras on top of whatever it is. But the point is if you're a guy and you got no record and you get in a fight, well, you're probably getting a slap on the wrist. And then, again, depending on what happens in that fight, how bad if you win and you beat the dude up or whatever you do to him. But if you're a guy like me, who's had, a history, and, I used to be kind of crazy when I was younger and be in a motorcycle gang, and, kind of did a lot of stuff and made a lot of mistakes, whatever. A lot of stuff I did, I got caught for, and, did some time. And went to prison a couple times and all this kind of stuff, and a lot of stuff I didn't get caught for actually. But anyway, the point is, when you're a guy and you got a record, well, you're not going to get the same time for the same charge as a guy who has no record.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a rap sheet, as it's called. They take that into account, and in California, they really take it into account, because for every kind of crime, they have what's called enhancements. So if you're committing the same type of crimes over and over, they're going to start enhancing it. And then if you've been to prison, you have prison enhancements. So that adds a year for each time you've been in prison, so on and so forth. If you're in a gang, you get caught doing gang stuff, you can have an enhancement of up to 5 years, just for that simple fact. Nothing to do with the crime that you committed or been accused of. So you add all that stuff up and it stacks up. But this isn't that crazy and serious, really. I mean, I stomped him out. I didn't, like, you know, he's not like in the hospital for a week or nothing like that. Because he didn't like beat the bitch up or nothing. You know, he just laid hands on her or whatever. And I'm just really, what I did was what any man is supposed to do and what any normal man would do, right? So it's nothing crazy really, but I hope that answers your question. What else we got?
Yeah.
Then he says, you're piloting my account. Yeah, well, somebody's gonna need to. Actually, I got an offer for like 14,000 to sell it that I was thinking about, you know,
Ooh.
after playing the game for so long. It's a good offer, you know. If I ever sold it, I would think I'd want to get around 15,000, but somebody offered me 14 a couple months ago.
That's a good offer, man.
Yeah, I think so. So
That's
considering that. And then what else we got? Jax Wilden sticking up for the girl. I can respect that, but man, it blows. Well, it does, but it's a choice, right? So if you make the choice to be a man in this day and age, it's not like it used to be back in the old days when, you know, you could just go handle your business. It don't work that way now. Pretty much anything you do, you can even say cross words to somebody and get arrested for, you know, deadly threats or whatever kind of crazy
That's
shit.
true.
You ain't got to hit somebody. But I'm old school, so I don't think that's ever going to change. And I knew going into it what I was up against, and like I said, I'm just doing what any normal man would do, you know.
Yep.
So, yeah. And who else we got? Rodrigo says Old Iron and Linden. Come on, Jack says Heresy. All right, my bad. Law, I had to work. Yeah, all right.
Because I was looking for law. I was like, I can't find law anywhere here. And he said, yeah, I just had to work. Oh man.
And then Law says, Jax, you got to move somewhere where this is more commonplace. Kelly ain't right for you. You know, I was thinking about that, right? So it's always been a dream of mine being, you know, I've always been a sailor. I've had a sailboat for most of my life. And I have a, you know, a deep water vessel, meaning a blue water vessel that can go anywhere. It's not the greatest of rides because, you know, under 40 feet, but it can take me anywhere. But I've always had a dream to kind of maybe get out and just get on a sailboat and stay on a sailboat for maybe 5 years and then see where I end up after I visit a bunch of places, like sail from Cali to Hawaii, then sail from Hawaii to, like, you know, somewhere east, like Asia, Japan, you know, somewhere along there, and visit a bunch of places, and then maybe make the turn and come around over by India and then off of Africa through the Mediterranean up along the coast, Portugal, all that stuff. Just make a good, you know, 2, 3, 4 year run or whatever, and then check out all these different places, live on the sailboat, whatever, get a little, maybe like a little YouTube or something going so you can make a little money doing it or whatever. And just decide after I do that, maybe where I'm going to retire to and move to and just kind of ride the, you know, the train the rest of the way. But yeah, Callie Evans says, does Callie still have the 3 strikes law? Oh yeah. Yes, they do. You know, a good friend of mine, right? My good friend Steve, I might have mentioned him here before, but he has a client. He has a lot of rich clients, as a matter of fact, and actually, one of his clients some years ago was one of the richest people in the world. That dude that owned Chelsea, the Russian guy, what's his name? Roman Abramovich. That was one of his clients. He actually he flew him all over the place, took him on his yacht and all type of shit, hired him for a month for his services, and he was hanging out with this dude for a month. But anyway, he has a client, rich guy here in California, and he lives out in Calabasas. He's also got a house on the beach in Malibu or whatever. But the client of his actually is good friends with and has dinner parties every week with the district attorney of Los Angeles, right? So Steve, he, after, hearing everything that went down and talking about some other stuff as well, he said he talked to this guy and explained everything. And he said the guy asked me to reach out to him and send him like a document with everything or whatever. And then he was going to present that document, my side or whatever, to the actual DA of the city next time they get together, whatever, this week or next week, and ask him to maybe see if he can do a little something for me, which is crazy when you think about it, because there's a lot of people here. I mean, there's like 30 million people in Southern California.
Yeah.
To know somebody like this small world, 3 degrees of separation or whatever it is, to know somebody that knows somebody that's actually in charge of everything as far as, prosecuting anybody in the entire city is pretty nuts. So there might be an angle there for me. I don't think so. And I'm not really a guy that wants to kind of like skate or get by or nothing. I did something, I'm going to go do my time or whatever. That's always how it's been. But just interesting that it's there, So,
yeah. Law said it's all about, I think Law said who you know, not why you know, right, Law? It's all about who you know.
Yeah, well, in this city, it really, really applies. This is actually, that's one of the number one things in this city is networking and who you know, as far as getting somewhere, in the entertainment industry, music industry, whatever. It's all about that, right? But I don't actually know this guy or nothing. I'm not I'm not a dude that's going to be knowing like the DA of the city. That's just not who I roll with or whatever. It's kind of like the opposite. It has been.
Yep.
But I know somebody that knows him, which is cool. But I'm not putting too much faith in it, really.
It's rough, man.
It ain't that rough. I've been in way worse situations, believe me.
So we might not see you for a couple months then.
Yep. And if I sell my account, might not see me at all.
That sucks and true.
Well, it's been 20-something seasons.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. It still sucks.
It's been a while. 3-4 years we've been doing this, So.
Yeah.
What is there? The point is, what is there left to really do at this point? It's really just like something to blow off steam, It's just like get on and play a game. But after a certain point, you kind of done everything, right?
That's true as well. It's like you just rinse and repeat of the same thing over and over.
The one dream that we kind of have is we wanted to get everybody that's whoever the best 10, 12, 14 teams all on the same rotation playing on the same server all the time. And hopefully that's going to be the future here.
Yeah.
So once that's accomplished, what else is there really, right?
Law has a message for you in the chat here.
You can pilot me when you come back. Well, yeah. If I sold my account, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You playing Uber's account, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough account, boy. I've fought him several times. And we pretty much is always a draw when we fought,
Yeah, I mean, your account is huge.
But it's like his account's a little bit bigger, I think. He put a little bit more money into the respect side of it, maybe the side. But when we fight, or when we fought in the past, it was always kind of like a dead draw, because he would run three formations and I would run 3 formations, right? And it's rare that you see 3 formations versus 3 formations when you're talking about players and Krakens, and then obviously all 3 formations are all gold or whatever, and it's rare when that happens, so it's an interesting thing to witness if you can see it when it happens, to have 3 versus 3. But we drew like every time. There was no like he had an advantage, right? And it was always like a dead draw from the three
Yep.
formations hit. He said, "Your CC, not mine." Yeah, no, I'm not spending on this game no more. Those days are gone. I don't have no reason to. There's no reason to spend.
Yeah.
You get to a certain point, you don't need to really anymore because they don't release anything. Law. They don't come out with new commanders. When's the last time we had a new piece of gear? Can anybody accurately tell me that? I don't think anybody can.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah, it's not like other games. They kind of throwing a fucking new commander at you every month or every 3 months or whatever. These guys like once every 6 months. You know.
Yeah. Oddly enough, yes. That's what Senko's doing. Freak. This is Z3 Dane. And this.
You got a lot of rock stars on that team, huh? I mean, on that server.
So, there's
a lot of
like if we added up all the money spent that's in the server, boy, a lot of money.
Yeah. Somebody says go to Germany. Somebody says go to UK. Which would you choose?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Germany or what?
The UK, where you're at now.
I never been to Germany.
Oh no?
No, I've been to a few countries in the EU. Countries is one I haven't been to yet.
I think if I chose between Germany and the UK, based on everything I'm hearing and I know, I think I would choose Germany. I think I would have a better time with the chicks there.
Probably.
I think they're a little bit more my speed in Germany than they would be in the UK.
Potentially. Bavaria for the win, Quaido said. Whew.
Z14. What's been going on with you? Same old?
Oh, no, not same old.
Same old, I said.
No. That's what I'm saying. Not same old. Found out 2 weeks ago that my wife's pregnant.
Say what now?
Yeah, that was.
You trying to create an army or what's that?
Something like that. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, we're expecting. We're expecting our fourth child early next year.
Well, congrats.
Thank you, man. We're really excited. It's been rough for my wife these weeks, but we're really excited. Our kids are so excited and very helpful. So,
I always thought, and I've always been a single guy and a bachelor or whatever, and kind of just wanted to be that way. But I always thought that the greatest venture in life was just like having a family and raising kids.
It's been a good ride for us. It's been good, man.
Yeah. What happened to the beard? I think you look better with the beard.
It's going back. I trimmed it down to fix some things, I think I cut it 3 days ago, so we're letting it grow back again.
All right.
So in a month or so, should be back up.
Boss says go to Germany, find a nice lady to settle down with, and have 4 kids. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. I can't do it, bro. I'm not that guy, bro. Now, what I might do is go to Germany and find 4 nice ladies and settle down with 4 nice ladies, but no kids. That maybe I could try and do that.
All right. So Ricky here is this Ricky's main team? I don't think so, is that?
Everybody's got full gold. I love it.
I don't think that's his main team though.
Gandalf, huh?
Yeah, he's getting off the white.
I think it is his main team. I fought that guy before. He had Galadriel on the main team.
Exactly.
Yeah, I fought him a few times. I remember I fought when I was somewhere soloing some little small whatever. Well, they had 100 people, but they were like a free to play. It was a couple seasons ago, and then I ended up fighting them, their 100, and then the other guys that was attacking them.
Yeah,
Another
yeah,
group
exactly.
called Void. I was kind of like, I drew a line where everybody was trying to come to, and I was just trying to fight everybody, and I was doing it for a time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started, giving up and trying to stop reinforcements and all that. So
Yep. So, Riv, good question. Have I seen any cool formations? I mean, not. I mean, when you say cool, all of these I think are cool. Have I seen any unique ones? No, pretty much the same stuff. I mean, at least things that have been working. No, I haven't seen anything really, a whole lot different than what you're expecting. So hopefully, as we get more reports from the people here, we're gonna get something. Probably one of the differences I've been seeing lately is some people running Witch King again.
yeah, Witch
So
King can do some work against Sauron if he's faster.
yeah,
Melon, wait. Wait. Go up.
there's
Who is
Melon
that
here.
melon, bro? Hell
Yes.
nah, bro. Who is that?
Give me a sec. Give me a second. I saw.
Oh no.
Where's
Oh no. You
Melon?
about to have me on a good one.
Oh,
You
I
better
know.
go
I
up.
know. I know. I know. Where is
That
Melon?
better not be that fool.
I don't think so. Well, let's have a look.
Wonder why people even name themselves that. Wonder why. Well, who is that? Some kind of character somewhere?
Yeah, no,
Something
Melon with two L's in Lord of the Rings means friend.
Oh,
That's why. Yeah.
more Witch King. Witch King good if as a troop commander for sure with some snaggles. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't
There he
think
is.
I
Right.
don't yeah I don't think it's this guy's because Melon had a really big account. I don't think it's the same Melon.
Right.
So
Yeah, I don't either.
yeah, that is him.
Man, I hope this server goes well, and I hope it just continues from here. I really hope that all you guys there don't muck this up and fucking get butt hurt or whatever at the end of the season. And I hope none of the leaders pull some shady bullshit and piss everybody off. Hope everybody just plays fairly, and whoever's the strongest or whoever manages to win, okay, that's it. Congrats. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping
Really
for
hope.
too.
Law says I'm running Witch King on one of my teams. He's outperforming Landon's Gimli on my account. Landon, I thought he left the game.
Oh, he did.
And then he came back or what, Law?
I doubt it.
Stephen J says time for evil come back into the meta. Actually, that's already the evil has already come back and right balanced with good on in the meta.
Yep.
I mean, with Undying and Sauron and
100%.
Saruman, those guys can hold their own against anybody. Yeah,
100%.
without a doubt. So it's very balanced and it's quite good, man. It's quite good. So he quit or he came back. Law, I don't know what you're saying.
I mean, that's
both.
I mean, have a look at here.
Yeah. Well, that's not. Yeah. A lot of people still just run what Vessi says. Well, Vessi's right a lot of the time, but Vessi's not right all of the time. Okay, and Vessi's always biased when it comes to a couple of commanders. So I wouldn't take everything Vessi says as law, pun intended. I would take it more of as a guide, and then depending on what you have and what worked, use that, right? Because Vessi by no means is the bottom. He's like the top of the whatever. Everything he says is golden. It's really not that way. Although he really knows his stuff, and most of the things he says are correct.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Was on when 2.0 dropped. Put everything. Yeah, I know, but what I'm asking you, Law, is Landon playing or someone is playing Landon's account? And then he says, Karun is your fault, I think. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what that means. So
I mean, look at this report really quick. You got Bone Crusher running a Z10, well set up. Sauron a Z10, Gandalf the gray, a white Z6, Bjorn, and a Z1. Sauron, pretty strong meta. And
That
he
is kind
is
of like the meta formation right there that Bone Crusher's running. But what happened here, it looks like, is all those CCs.
Look at that.
All those CCs they wrecked themselves. Bone Crusher team somehow wrecked themselves.
Look at that. R5 key rune with very simple gear. A R10 Saruman. A R12 Lurtz and a R15 Sauron did, pretty much did better than the other Kraken formation. So this is a prime example of how things can work out in your, in your favor, even if you're a smaller player.
Look at the CCs.
Oh, yeah.
And also it's T2 versus T3, so that's what they got.
Of course.
What's
Look
the
at that.
CC
Look at the anomalies.
I'm waiting. I'm a little behind. Anomalies. How many?
22 anomalies inflicted on these guys.
24. Good grief. See, there you go. So then you look at damage dealt, damage received, and they probably dealt some damage to themselves.
It's huge. It's amazing. It's the kind of stuff you want to play, in your favor. Let's see. Got a couple of... What's up, Big Al? Check these in just a second. I like what Riff said in the second part of his comment. People don't put a lot of thought into their own team. That's 100% true. I'm gonna give you guys two examples of people that I've seen run formations incredibly well, and they're completely not what you think of meta. You got a guy called Clishian. I'm gonna gather some of his reports because he's been doing incredibly well with his teams, and they're not conventional. And also Shojix, he plays in the same team as Clishian. And these guys are running elves everywhere. They're running a mix of different things that usually you don't see around, and they're beating the meta. So I agree with what Stephen J is. That's Riv, by the way. If you guys don't know, he runs, he has different setups for himself, and they do extremely well. So I agree with that comment, brother. I agree with that. 127. All right. See a few. Ooh, she has a Z1 helm now. He's been pumping. He's been pumping some cash into his formation. Let's have a quick look at a couple of reports from Big Al. By the way, Big Al, he does videos. He's a content creator for the game as well. So shout out to him. Go check out his videos. It's a report for you. I'm in search of a 3-2 friendly formation. Thought process is to cause a draw, at least take a chunk out of the enemy. That's kind of what you want to out with, when you're free to play, for sure. You're tanking that pretty well. Nice. And then doing a bit of damage. Cool. That's good. I mean, probably all I would change in this case is, put another damage dealer here. And if that's what you probably be able to remove a bit more of the chunk if you put a damage dealer potentially. I know you're probably getting some anomalies that would help you, but I'm not sure if the anomalies in your case would be as big as maybe do another 30,000-40,000 like Dane here is doing. So just some thought here. But I mean the difference in account, and you're able to do 102,000 damage to them is really good. Z6 Dane, Z2 Elmer, that's incredible.
I got to jump off for a call.
All right, brother. How about you? Take care, Jax. We're gonna close, by the way, very soon too, so you're not gonna miss much. All right. I mean, this one didn't play as well for you in terms of damage, right? That one hurt you a lot more, but it's good nonetheless. I probably, like I said, I try something, another damage dealer if possible here, but you're doing good here. Getting a lot of focus. Nice. And then freaking jeez, this is, and they went with the Wosses too. This one's a bit harder to counter, especially them going first. You know. Looks good though, Al. Looks good. Yeah, I mean the first one better than the second one, but yes, this is good. Frodo, one of the best commanders for free to play. Ooh, baby, number 8. Not gonna complain about that one. So we have what, about an hour and a half to go on this fort here at 124. So almost halfway through. We could use. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not wasting 5. Yeah, I don't have. I wouldn't anyways. And then we get to catch a few more over here. That's 4. What I need to do though right now is this. Where is okay? It's actually this right here. That should be enough for Galadriel to take that 10. That is a grain tile. Let's see. We got a 4. That's a ruin. That's not going to help me. Didn't really want to upgrade this one. Yep. Let's do this one instead. Let's transport some flyers. Yep, that's going to be the perfect, because I already got some flyers there. It's going to be perfect. I'll move Galadriel over here. Not the best thing. I'm going to be wasting a bit of resources. Of a stamina, but that's cool. I gotta get that 10 tonight. I'm not gonna take his tie in order to get that 10. I'm not gonna be like that. So moving back, it's enough time for these two to go to meet, switch out troops, go back, take that level 10 tile over here. Can't believe I'm missing, barely missing this one too. And I don't think there is a ruin I can take that would give me access to it. I could take this one. All right, might have to come over here. That's why it's a big headache to get to this one. 2 hours. I'm gonna have to send. What's up, Dahi?
Hello.
How you doing?
Good, yeah. Is it alright if I...
Of course, man. Job, hop on. That's kind of the idea with the stream, is to have people chatting with us.
Cool.
How you been?
I've been good, yeah. I mean, I've just been farming around.
All right. What are you currently running?
I'm sleepy.
Let me give me a second here. Let's do this really quick. Let me just give myself a tracker. Extremely quick. And let me bring some units down over here, so I can then do some more sieging on that one. 1 hour. Okay, that's fine. Yep. Give me a second first. I think I have a mix of, no, it's just grunts, so that will work. So you've been farming mostly?
Yeah. It's been a lot of farming. Well, we're in the same position as you, so...
Yep, exactly. Let me check out your DM stream in a second here. Have a look at your ranking. Where are you at?
150, I think.
145, man. You're dropping. What's going on?
I know, I was number 30 in the first 5 minutes. I
It's
took a
rough.
screenshot of it.
This season is extremely hard to be at the very top for resources. You got some really active people.
Do you want to see my, wait, I have a report where I got my 5 merit.
That was the report. Where's send that over? By the way, you guys talking about Thrandu and stuff. Death. I mean, these guys are running Cletion and Shojix. You're running things like Gil and Thorin and Helm together, or Thranduil with Círdan and Gil, and doing incredibly well. Incredibly well.
There we go. That's my proudest moment of the season so far.
PvP?
Yeah. There was a room player like right outside the pass, and instead of going to the level 12 tile, I just went straight to him.
Nice. Any reason why you're running elves? I mean, you're running Gil instead of running something else?
Sauron R10, yeah.
You have Sauron R10, or are you getting him R10?
Yeah. Here, I can send you this also.
I mean, I like Gil. I personally don't have any issues with people running Gil, unless Golo is gonna pay me to say that I do.
I run him for PvE.
Let's see
only,
here.
really.
Just to check who's getting first PvP. I'm late to the stream, fellow. The guys in Angmar and Arnor have gotten the first PvP, not us. Oh, there you go. I mean, you got two great formations. Nice.
Well, I just switch the gear over.
Yeah.
But then Shadow has to use his own set,
Yep.
obviously, because
That makes sense. I like it.
But
Cool.
yeah, so
That's
I've
a good.
got-
That's a smart idea. That's if I was a middle spender and I had enough respect to have two formations, I mirror the formations in order so that I can switch from one to the other. As you know, if let's say for example, I hit somebody, I have the 10-minute timer until I can hit again. I switch over the gear inside of a fort, hit the guy, and do that back and forth. That's what I do for sure.
Well, you see Kitten Caboodle at the top, like number 2.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know Kitten, right?
Kin.
In the rankings.
Oh, no, I don't know who that is. Who is this person?
Yeah. A lane player. That's it's their account. That's who it is.
No, what I mean, like, what is their OG name for the account? Because I know they're always changing themes and stuff. Is Lame part? Isn't Lame doing the same thing this season as well?
Yeah, Disney.
Yeah. So what's Kitten's regular name?
Usually either Kitten or Chaton.
Yeah, I think I remember a player called Kitson, so that's probably why it sounds familiar to me. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
What about him?
They're always at the top. It's their account that I use.
Gotcha.
Like last couple seasons.
Gotcha.
But like I do mainly the work in terms of like sorting the gear and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, for you guys so far is also pretty chill, right? Because you guys are up here,
very.
and there's no PvP right now, so yeah, I should just
also-
farming away.
Squad leading, then you have to sort it out when people are getting angry because everyone's stealing the level 13 tiles.
Yeah, we've had you guys had that issue too. Oh, look at that, Panda. We're not alone, and Bear.
I know the guys from Gaia are very, very persistent about making it fair.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
We had our own little uh our own little
ours, our
thingy infection chat
our
today.
arguments are usually about reserving tiles.
Yeah, I think people. If people reserve tiles still, this is my personal thing. I don't think people should reserve tiles. It's you. I think people should respect. I mean, I know it's hard on like when a pass opens, everybody's just going for it. That's why I think people either should take the risk of potentially, tile sniping, because as soon as the pass gets taken, people already have their fingers on specific tiles, just boom, 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 and then so you might
Yeah,
get
I've got a feeling.
people going to the same one. You got to deal with it, but if it's outside of those first hours where people already kind of settled in, I think people should just respect that somebody's sending an army to a tile, even if you're closer. Look, just let them take it, man. There's no reason to argue with people over tiles. I farmed like crazy in my own way this season, which I usually do. I've been doing it for the last 4 seasons. I farmed like crazy on my own, and you're like, well, yeah, you do it extremely well, but if you knew the amount of hours I've put into tiling and setting up forts and ruins and all these things, to then have people, and like I said, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Just the way that they set it up is that even the most active player gets hindered. I only have 126 tiles, so a lot of my teammates that probably don't play as much as I did are very close to me. So is it worth it fighting over tiles? Is it worth it getting angry? Or even if you don't have time to play, is it worth getting frustrated and just, no, because most people are going to get to a pretty similar level by playing a lot less, So I wanted to set up this challenge for me this season, which is fine. It's been fun, but it's been gruesome, man. Been gruesome. So, but I guess we weren't the only ones struggling with that a bit once passes open. So, gonna be interesting down over here. That middle ground here, man.
Oh, I know. And when we go onto the next set of passes, then it's gonna be pretty crazy. I mean, you were talking about people spamming tiles. If you go on the leaderboard for the first occupation,
I know.
if you go on the 13, right?
Yeah. Somebody had it within the first day because they're Angmar and Rohan both have the 13 level
Oh, I know,
tile.
but you see P. Sherman.
Yeah.
If you click on the report, that was me co-piloting an American friend, and I got there to the second. Literally, if you click on the location, it's like perfectly outside the. It's a pretty nice account he has there.
Oh, right outside the pass.
It's literally just to the right of the pass. It's like insane.
Why is this tile dropped now?
We rotate it.
Got it for the scrolls.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's the one you guys chose to. Okay.
So just take it and then drop it because it's literally right outside. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah, people were saying. I remember someone in the fellowship chat saying like, "Oh, they would have taken a screen recording, but they were too busy trying to click on the 13 tile to occupy it."
Yeah. I mean, some people look at me. If you look at the first occupation, you got people 30 minutes. That's extremely quick for a level 8.
That's insane.
I mean, 9, an hour into the server. 10, an hour. Raven, that bum. Raven again.
I tried so hard to get number 55 on the 10.
Oh, jeez. Well, yeah. Danny must have hired a farmer. Who is in the background speaking? This is Dahi. Or Sleepy in this server. He's part of the lane team. That's who we got, man. But you know what, guys? It's getting quite late. We're hitting the 2-hour mark, and you guys know, in order for me to be able to be back here with you guys tomorrow, I need my beauty rest, which I didn't have last night. Went to bed really late. So what we're gonna close up the stream tonight. Who has the Tart? Who is ready? Is that a question? Tartar account. Is Tartar not
That's
playing?
me. That's me.
Is Tartar not playing?
Oh, Tartar Binks. Are they meaning Tartar Binks?
Yeah, there are a lot of Tartars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what
Are you
happens.
talking-
That's what happens when you guys start having a bunch of different names for stuff. You don't even know who's who anymore.
It's brilliant. I love it. Plus,
Like
we've
Cleed.
got about 10 Asian players from Pran, so I can't even understand half of the names. I've had to translate them and like put them as the alias in game to be even like get a chance of knowing who's who.
So Ark, you're asking. Sleepy sounds sleepy. Some people play a lot of accounts. Sheesh. Some people play a lot of accounts, and so what happened in faction chat in Gondor? No, it's just players just talking about issues with tiles, and that's essentially. I'm not gonna go into in details, but it's just issues with people saying tiles knifey and things like that. But like I said, you know, if you're gonna be trying to get those big tiles right after the pass opens, it's very hard. So I've had that happen to me in the past where either I do two things. Either I try to find a tile that maybe somebody's not going to go for and I quickly go to it, or I just wait, or I just, I try to find a ruin, or I try to find a ruin that I can go to so that I can take the next set of tiles before other people take it. But I think it's been a while since I've gone crazy in going after tiles after the pass opens. But like I said, let me show you guys something. Yeah, I'll show over here. So if you go to the Panda Affluence board, you got me at the top, right? I'll show you the first 20. Got me, Thanatos, Hermes. Look at the difference. It's not crazy. Lupus, Isaac, Dinah. I mean, Alexander, Nil, Fruitsy, Keisha. Everybody's at 30 plus. And if you think that a lot of these guys did not play the amount of time I've played to get 39, is it worth it going crazy? Only if you enjoy. That's the thing. If you enjoy this hyperactivity, cool, do it. But don't do it because you're trying to go crazy on resources. Look how many 8s are lying around here. And it's gonna get to a point that when you start PvP, people are gonna have to start dropping. If somebody has too many level 10s, like I do, right? My lowest, I have, these are part of my workshop. So I got 7 here, which you get all eaten up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, is this one also? Oh, this one, he took, see, there's the kind of thing I think you shouldn't have done. But, Neil, whatever, you do you, man. Okay? There's 6 tiles here that I can take, correct? And so 2 more minutes and Galadriel can take it. Right? So, because of what I got here. Oh, let's just start removing stuff. There you go. It's gonna get all eaten up in just a little bit. So one PvP starts tomorrow when we get the this next step. I only get 5, which is not enough for PvP. And after that, I get another 10. That would help a little bit. But that's gonna be like 2 or 3 days time. By then, our PvP might start or might have started already. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna have to start dropping tiles, and my first ones to go are gonna be the level 10s. And somebody that might have fewer level 10s is able to start grabbing them. So yeah, I think we should start arguing less about tiles. It's definitely a lot less important than it used to be for the early game. Now, what about to get the resources for the buildings? That has more to do with how much resources you're losing because of your units. Look at I'm only training these guys because I'm trying. It's you got the 4,000 per day limit, so because of that, I don't want to lose out and have no wusses to try out. But other than that, I'm still running T1 units. That's what I'm farming with.
There's a glitch actually with the woses. If you fill every other conscription queue, then you can constantly conscript woses.
So if I fill all 4 of my conscription queues,
yeah, then
with other units.
Yeah.
Okay, then I can. Okay, I'll try that later. Then when I have more resources to.
There was a video about it on the lame chat like last season. I'll have to find it.
Okay, cool. So.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
That maybe will help other people too. So I have about 10 commanders, right?
10 commanders,
And
okay.
out of it, I have to make 2 teams.
Okay.
Both of them will be gold, like fully refined as well. So there's Sauron, which is I think Z6. Gandalf the White. I don't really remember. It's a Z2, I think. Saruman Z8 and Scowl who's Z2 but has a full refined relic.
Okay.
And Undying, who's Z1 with about 3 stars. No, 3 refines on the relic. Shadow, Z2. Bjorn, who's R13. Dane, who's Z4. And Gandalf the Grey, who's R13. And I need to know who to put in the teams.
All right, so let's go back and repeat them to me again. Sorry. So I can make a note. Give me a second here. So you got. Go ahead. Sauron. Okay.
Sauron, Gandalf the White, Saruman, and Scarhelm.
Okay. Okay. Next.
Undying, Witch King, Shadow Bjorn. And then Dane. Gandalf the Grey. There's also, if I remember correctly, I think Kirun is off 14. Black Serpent is Z1. And there's a couple other options. Gala's R12, but no refines on the relic. So.
Okay, so. Okay, what I do for team 1, I would be divided in between the following. The current meta right now would be Gandalf the White, Saruman, Bjorn, and Undying. That's probably. Go ahead.
Personally, I would put Undying, Gandalf the White, Saruman, and Scarhelm with the relic.
That's fine. I mean, I don't think it would change. Crazy. Be an extreme change. So I'm fine with that. What I do like about Scarhelm is, from what I've seen, is that she's able to, even if so, you say you hit a stack of 2, you destroy the first one, and even if Skelham has basically 0 troops, because of her relic, the way that she's built, she can still do like 67,000 damage with no troops left. So I like her for the multi-stack that you can use. I mean, it's not like she's gonna hit 5 and kill all of them. But I'm saying is where most commanders struggle to destroy the first one. Usually, even if it's a Kraken account, you would draw, maybe you lose half, but then the guy, you're still inside of a draw, which sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would say the gear level is the same as what you're running on this account.
sorry, go ahead. Repeat that.
Like the level of the gear in terms of the refinement, and like the amount of it is the same as what you're running.
Really?
So like, there's a lot of gear.
That's good. I mean, then yeah, gear's not an
For-
issue for you then.
Two, 3 teams, I think.
Yeah, that's good. If you have enough gold gear for
And it's
2,
not-
3 teams, that's good.
Yeah, it's not my personal account, but it's like I'm working with someone to like try and make the best team. So that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah. Riv does have a point. If you're gonna run a full elemental team, Sauron has a huge benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're running Scout and Saruman, those two together, getting paired up with Sauron with increase in focus damage could be a huge plus. Then in that case, if you're gonna do that, I would then just potentially run Gandalf the White or run Undyne in that team. You're not, I'm seeing a lot of full evil meta without Gandalf the White to do extremely well. So that's probably one team that I would test for sure. Okay.
To do Undying and Sauron.
Yeah. Right. That is one. I mean, like, then again, this is the kind of stuff that you have to test out and see how well it performs. Because let me give you an example. I received a report from Law last season where he studied. He did the same amount of fights with Dane in his formation and then with Bjorn in his formation, because people have an argument saying that Dane will all self nuke all the time or a lot of times, and that's why a lot of people are using Bjorn. And he said he ran a lot of he did like basically the same number of fights with Dane, the same number of fights with Bjorn, and the number of fights where Dane self-nuked was very, very little. But then the difference in the results, by using Dane was better overall than using Bjorn. So like, having Undyne instead of Gandalf the White, it's one of those things that you're just gonna have to test and see how, versus the server you play on, which one is better. Because let me give you an example. If you're running against a player running both Shadow, Undyne, and Saruman in the same team, that evasion from Undyne gets shredded in half of round 1. Because of the multi attacks from both from Saruman, Undyne, and in Shadow. So then maybe in this case, White Council might be better. This is just theory here. So, but yeah, I like the idea of going full evil and running Undyne there. Then you can kind of go on a second team, which, I mean, you have a lot of things to play in your second team. You could go easily. You can go, kind of mirror what your first team is doing. I like CC. I like teams that do these kind of things. So I potentially test Witch King, Gandalf the White with then, Bjorn and potentially Shadow. The reason why I like Shadow more than Dane or in things like this is the multi-stack of attacks. It forces people to run Swan Knights. Anything other than Swan Knights or Ents, the T4 Ents, the multi hits from Shadow, it still hits everybody. So I like Shadow.
last season.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure I asked you like a month ago, who would you run out of Dane, R13, something like that, Shadow and Beyond, and you said go Shadow and Beyond, and I ran
Yeah.
that the whole of last season, and it was pretty insane, to be honest. I mean, Shadow hit 150k and Beyond was on like 90, so in like a lot of fights. So
And then people would say, "Yeah, but then wow, Shadow is better than Bjorn." It's not. It's the idea of having Shadow and Bjorn together is not for one to outdo the other. It's for example, if Shadow is able to do all the damage he's able to do early on, great. He's gonna do incredible amounts of damage. If not, he's gonna do 60, 70, 80,000 damage, clean all the White Council for then Bjorn to come in around 4 and then just wreck everything from then on. That's the idea. One to support the other.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
The other main question was about Witch King over Gandalf the Grey. Because I would say Witch King is a pretty obscure choice compared to like the actual meta, but he's Z6 compared to R13 on Gandalf the Grey. So.
I think Witch King can do good. I mean, you look at the report from King on the Mountain here, and I'll open yours too, Riv, in just a second. He's running Witch King, right? He's not running Witch King as a tank, but nonetheless, he's running a team that can do quite a bit of CC. That's quite, surprisingly low though. 6 instances only, but of course, just one report. I like Witch King. I think he can do really well. It's a commander that it's been really rejected and neglected for a long time. So I think Witch King can do well. But then again, look, if you're not gonna run Gandalf the White on your B team, I potentially test Witch King, Gandalf the White, and then Shadow and Dane, something like that. Or let's see what else you got. You got Key Rune. You could run Key Rune instead of Witch King for more CC potentially, and a bit more power in the tanking. That could also work.
I think on the last day, I want to run a Key Rune, Witch King, and Sauron, and then Saruman Z8.
I don't know. That could be interesting.
See what happens then.
Yeah, could be interesting. Let's see. I gotta finally able to hit this one without.
I remember seeing something on like, I don't even remember where it was, and it was like, someone recommending for like low spender players to like run a full CC army to try and combat against whales and big players.
I don't think you're gonna do. I don't think a full CC team will do a whole lot of damage.
Exactly.
You might be able to get them to do 50,000 self damage, but if you don't have any kind of power at all, you're not gonna do anything. So let me give you the example here, like Big Al said. The reason why he wrote in the chat why he's running Sauron instead of another damage dealer because of the level difference. He says he won't do any damage even with the second damage dealer against these guys. Whereas the CC kind of gives you a little bit of more, of that playing field. Gives you the little oomph that you're missing just to do a little bit more damage. But then again, like we said, it is very heavy depending on RNG, where he did really well against this first guy, but then very little against the second one, right? And so it's the challenge there. I think free to play, their best bet is to focus on the very, very key T2s and maybe one tier 3 that they can focus on long time. They have to be very smart, or else you're gonna regret, doing anything. Oh, I like Elmer like this. Yes, just make sure you're picking the right ones. Like Shadow for a free to play, very low spender should be a no-brainer. Potentially Frodo should be a no-brainer. And then probably something like Gandalf the Grey, if possible, or Gandalf the White, if that's going to be your mythic, and then another damage dealer. You know, maybe Gimli, or the reason why I like Gandalf the Grey, in this case, I like a lot of, you know, Gandalf the White, is it gives that 20% extra damage that you're going to miss out from running another mythic as your damage dealer. Or you can go full evil and then try to, you know, mimic what some of the evil players do. I love, you know, seeing Lucy the Demon last season running a full evil team. Undyne as the tank, Sauron, Shadow, and Saruman. And it did extremely well versus some of the biggest players in Utes, which was awesome to see. Kind of crazy, but cool to see. The question is, that's 3 mythics. Even if it's an R4, which then we're not really talking about free to play. You know, free to play to get to an R4 on 3 mythics is gonna take an extremely long time. You know, so that's why the evil meta this one that I'm talking about might be harder to obtain than a more T2 mixed. I think that might be a better balance, you know, like Frodo, Shadow, Gandalf the White potentially, and then Gimli, for example, as your damage dealer. I feel that it's more attainable, and it will give you more results overall. But then you got the issue with gear, then issue with gear, and then troop and then troop choices as well. There's all these things, so. Yeah, that's the rough thing about 2.0. Although, you know, you can still do a lot of stuff. Back in the day, a free to play with an R4 purple Grima was able to do a lot. You know, let's look at we're gonna look at Riv's report really quick here, guys, and then we're gonna close the stream. I see we're gonna close the stream 20 minutes ago, so let's have a look at this report here. We got Toxic Merchant, R10 Sauron, Z6 Dane, R14 Bjorn, and the R10 Gandalf the White with this nasty Z5 Undying, Z1 Sauron, Z7 Shadow, and a Z6 Scalhelm. Who hopped on the voice again? Demon Spider. Let's do this, guys. You guys can stay here for the audio for now, but I'll come in the public chat tomorrow again, and I'll invite everybody that wants to come and chat and talk. Let's have a look here. So you self-nuked. Riv, why are you saying that this is a spicy one? Is it because you lost? I mean, you got cheaper troops. You did 27,000 of healing, so you're at 200k here. Whereas they are at 218k, a little bit more HP loss on their side. And they're using tier 3s. I'm assuming that's the case, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't get a chance to try on this account last season. I wanted to try something like this where I'm running very, 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 very cheap units to see if I could keep my production, my conscription and my resources very low and get really good results. I started testing that a little bit last season, but I didn't have enough time to. Yeah, when you look at that, that's crazy. I bet his merit was much lower than yours too. Because the merit from fighting at T1 is definitely not the same. Yeah, T2 units have basically solidified themselves as really, really good units to run. Now, T1 would be interesting to check. All right, so we can. I'm gonna keep taking stuff with flyers. We should be fine. Yep. Let's Could you kind of...
I would stand by tier 2 horses as the best early game.
Yeah, yeah. King of the Mountain said, could you kindly, Riv, can you kindly log into the game, please? Someone is literally walking past your base and the line isn't blue. Shout out to Riv. Should I charge you a super chat for that, King? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't leave the live, please. All right, so we got 6 minutes on that one. Let's drop another... See, this is why I've kept this workshop here. I'm getting almost as much resources from the single workshop here. I don't have any tiles connected to it. The single workshop, right? The single tile right here is producing the same amount as a level 11 tile. Right here. Pretty crazy, isn't it? I gotta see the same thing here. In this case, I only have this one. I have this other one. But then if I divide all the resources from these 3 tiles together, I get 16, 30, 13. So almost 1,000 from each. These are equal to almost level 10 tiles each right here. All these 3 right here. This is why you guys gotta do your math here. You know, let's say I already have level 10s everywhere, but these 3. You're like, okay, should I drop this? Like, I don't know, maybe not, because here I can choose, right? I can change the type whenever I want to. If I need more stone, I can get more stone, which I do. You know, and then, but if you so it's, you know, it's 1330 plus 1630. This doesn't give me anything. So if I get the total from these 2 divided by these 3, I almost get 1,000 resource for each. Should I drop it? Probably not. You know, should I drop this one right here? I'm getting 2,800, and I have, oh, this one is an 11 tile that I own, so I'm definitely not dropping that one. But then these ones over here, should I drop them? Probably not. I should actually take this one, because that will increase my production by a lot more. I actually want to take that. I need to drop something then. Jeez, I'm out of tiles. Freak. Wait, I thought workshops include a surrounded tile, so it's the workshop plus the tiles around it. So the workshop itself does not produce anything. Okay? What it does is it gets influenced by any team, in this case, any faction tiles that people have taken. So in this case, the yellow line you see around here, all of these are influencing this tile, right? This workshop. If I build a tile in the middle of nowhere and I connect it, that's not gonna help. Give me a second here. Let's have a look here. See it? It's gonna take too long to explain. Okay, so workshops, they offer 2 features, Reclaim and Yield Boost. Reclaim enables resource type conversion for nearby resource tiles. Yield Boost boosts resource production for surrounding tiles. Okay, so you can change the type of resource you want, but also if it's a level 2 or more, you boost it. You have to have tiles connected to it in order to get boosted. So this one, for example, all of these blue tiles that my teammates own, it's boosting this one. Now, when they drop these, then this drops as well. To, I would say, potentially, I don't even know if it drops all the way down to 0 if there's nothing connected to it besides the resource path. That's something I'm going to have to find out myself. But in this case, it's probably worth me having this one here. I'm tempted to try for you guys to see. Let's give it a go. I have time before the other one. Or is Galadriel going for it? Galadriel's going. No, she already went. Yes, then I still have one. Okay, let's swap this one to somebody that I can actually do some damage with. Some shoot bearers. Okay. Alrighty. So as you can see, this one is 2,000 and this one is 28. Let's see what happens when I do this. Although I'm tempted to take these, I'm not sure I want to. I'm gonna have to take everything else today. See, the what sucks is when they start dropping these, then they become a lot less valuable to me. So I might actually just take those. So let's see what it looks like now. So 23. Wow, this went up from. Wow, look at that. I took one tile, and these both got boosted by a lot. So if I do this now. Yield boost. I sweep. Once the timer is down, the 5-minute timer, you will see that it gets becomes a level 8, and then everything here also get boosted. Might not be worth to take those level 10s now. If it was a level 11, potentially, but I will probably drop these though. Yeah, the giant tree. Yeah, these areas are really good. I wouldn't go far. You gotta find something that's close to your base. Because the amount, I mean, early game is fine. If you have to go, a little bit far, you have a few, of these. In the early game, if you got, if you don't have resources, but it took me a while to even notice the tiles around my base. I was like, wow, sat down for, I was like, let me see, can I build some workshops? Like, okay, started mapping things. I was like, okay, look at this. I have 6 tiles influencing this one here. All of these are level 8s now, I hope. Yeah. Then I was like, and I made this one, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 influencing this one. And this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 influencing that one as well. So yeah, you can also use workshops. If you're not gonna use all 6 of them, you can use the workshop itself to become a road. Yep. You sure can, my good sir. I mean, a level 11, I for sure take, but a level 10, I'm not sure really. Got 35 minutes to go. I got a teammate that's probably really close to taking those tiles, and if it is, then I have to watch him closely. Where's Nil? He's right here, building his fort. He might take it. He has 2 teams here to take, so. He might take the ones that I was gonna take, which is fine. We ain't sniping nobody up in here. But if we get to this on time, we might take these 4. What's up, man? What's up?
Wherever I decided to go, I got followed by Kitten. So, it wasn't a good day for me.
Yeah, man, this Kitten is... I mean, I'm getting very close. We're getting close to Kitten. I'm what? Yeah, 2,000 less, so Not bad.
know the
I haven't
East
taken any. I haven't taken any 12s or 13s.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have a single 12 or a single 13 luck.
Can we see the numbers of tiles?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I have 126. I'm maxed out. So I have 11. I have 35 11s. I have 65 10s, and that's it. And then 1 7. So, yeah, not doing too bad. The like I said, the reason why I'm hesitant to, I mean, when this guy drops, when Muffin Man drops this one, and this I have to take that one, or I lose a bit of production here. But in terms of the actual, if you look at affluence, they're not worth it as much as a regular tile. Let's have a look. A workshop gives you 65, 65 affluence. So the 6 workshops that I have, instead of giving me, almost 2,000 of affluence, which then would put me at the very top. In terms of affluence, it gives me less affluence, but resource choice, it's more, because like I said, if I need to switch from this one to this one, I can do that. I'm still getting the same amount. If I have to exchange my stuff in the shop, in the market, I'm losing 20% right out of the gate. So okay, but 35 level 11s. Yeah, I usually get one level 10 to 12 until 3-4 weeks into the server. Yep. But that's like I said, Riv, I decided that this is that I wanted to farm hard. But that's why I didn't stream, because I did it a little bit different. I don't have a single tie over here. I don't have a single tile where the pass is open. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm going to find out, when PvP starts, but that's how it is for me right now. See, if you look here now, this became a level 8, and this is getting 2450, and this is getting 32. So one single tile is getting 3200. So let's say all of these were level 10s, right? So it's one level 10 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of these 6, that would have been 6,000, right? Level 10, it gives 1,000 each, correct? So that's 6,000 per hour in resources if I count these 6 tiles. Now, how much am I getting currently? Let's do the math here. If I get the current production from each, I got 800 here, plus another 2450, plus another 800 here, plus 800 here, plus 3,200 here. Divide that by 6. I'm getting 1,341 resources per hour. So I'm getting per tile here 300 extra resources per hour. So if you care more about the affluence, then go for the big tiles. If you care more about the actual production, you're probably gonna go with your workshops, because I can change these anytime I want. All right, guys, I think we're at a good point to call it a day. That's a good point, Riff, though. Probably a good thing unless Arnor 0-0. Yes, that would be a very big problem if that happened. Now, luckily, after last season with Eudes, we all learned to fight with very little resources. So hopefully, if that comes, that happens, that experience will come in handy. All right. Guys, we're gonna close the stream. We're 2 hours and 30 minutes, a little bit more than what the idea was for today. Lawrence, who's winning the fight with Arnor? Good question. I believe
Angmar are pushing at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Angmar is actually doing the pushing right now.
I think it was going both ways actually. I saw Merc going upwards earlier, and then now Toby and Step seem to be coming back again. So I actually have no idea what's going on.
You guys know this is gonna be a crazy server. It's gonna be the battle of the Brazilians. Rifts and Merc going
Yeah.
downwards. We'll see. We'll see. All right, you know.
I think Riv might be a bit biased.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like he's in Toby, you know.
No.
Sounds good, guys. Let's close the stream for tonight. Don't forget, we'll be here tomorrow. And yeah, server is just starting. Just starting. So much to go. So much to do. So much PvP to see. I hope you guys look at Jack Sparrow with the beautiful Z1 Ori. Let's finish off on the beautiful Ori image over here. And without any further ado, guys, have a good evening, and I shall see you guys tomorrow or tomorrow's live stream. Take care, everybody.